Hey guys, it is Hannibal here from Archangel's Custom Toys, and today we are taking a look at the 1979 Alien Big Chap figure by Neca Toys. This figure is pretty cool. Few negatives. I just unboxed it a few hours ago. So let's get into a normal pose and take a closer look. First thing that has to be said about the figure is he is quite tall. So if we just move him back a bit, I'll give you a good 360 of him in a second. If I just take my Ultimate Scarface, who is still a work in progress custom, he is getting some more accessories before his review. You can see the Big Chap just about towers him. But they are both slightly similar heights. If we take, I can't get Ripley at the moment, she's in the, deep in my little display I've got. If I take Vasquez here, the Big Chap is almost twice her size. This is quite scary to look at, actually. But also nice, because, you know, he's definitely a big, meaty figure, you know? I'm not going to get Jason Voorhees, because he's down there, but I'm going to do Freddy Krueger comparisons, because Freddy's supposedly pretty short. Just going to put Vasquez back on the spot. If you take the Nightmare on Elm Street 1 Freddy, who has been custom painted, you can see he is a little bit taller than Vasquez. Well, quite a bit, actually. The alien still towers above him, but shorter than him is the reboot Freddy, who I have modded the glove, by the way, to be all straightened out. So if I just show you him, as you can see, the alien is about a third taller. This figure is really good. Now, the gripes I had with it are mainly paint. The fingernails and the toenails, for that matter. See if you just look at the toenails here for a minute. They were painted grey with a bit of brown. I put some silver paint on them because that is what they were in the movie. I just didn't like the grey. And the mandibles on the side of the mouth here are grey. I painted those also. You can see there. And the teeth, the paint didn't go all the way up to the edge of where they join the mouth, so I did that also, just gave them a touch up. Other than that, I haven't really done anything else. I did want to paint the tendons in, because this guy is supposed to have them done, and it just looks a whole lot better with them done like that. They stand out really nicely. Obviously, I painted much lighter grey if I could, but I don't have any white. But I just think it would stand out quite a bit if I did that, and it does look good. So the figure, the dome wise, now on a lot of reviews it seems a lot lighter, and mine is quite dark, but it's not the end of the world. I just wish it was brighter, like almost like a white, like the original, like a milky white. I do like it like that, but mine's darker, but that's perfect. All right, you can see the skull underneath along with the eye sockets, which mine's actually coming up a little bit there. You can sort of see the white from the skull, which is pretty damn cool. Ignore that, I'll explain what that is like that in a minute. This piece on the back of the head can come out to allow the head to get further into an up position. Doesn't really lend itself that much, and Big Chap doesn't really do that much in the film, so I'm just gonna, keep it on him. I might even glue it in place. The jaw does open, and the inner mouth comes out, which is a very nice colour. Nicely sculpted. A bit boxy, but it's nice. Silver teeth there as always. The head's very nicely done. I like these pipes. Now, they're not actually elastic, which is good because they won't degrade very quickly, because elastic has that thing where it will just crumble into pieces within a few years or so. This is obviously PVC, and it stretches, so if I pull the little jaw there, it pulls it open, as you can see. But I don't know if you can see it on camera, there is a brown dry brush effect over this guy. You can probably see it there on his shoulder. And part of me wishes this guy was just straight black, but if he had the dry brush on him in the movie, which I honestly think he does, because they wouldn't just put a detail of that on this figure for no reason, then I'm going to leave it on. You get all the nice detailing on the pipes back here. These are softer PVC, much softer than usual. And one of the things that stood out to me on unbox this, if you should watch an unboxing video, is this guy is weighty. He is very dense. Like, he weighs more than Scarface, yet this guy doesn't have as many parts, and the parts aren't as thick as Scarface. Scarface has some pretty thick pieces, like the thighs and the torso and abdominal section, and you know, they're pretty thick. But this guy weighs, he's heavy. He is a heavy figure. I mean, he is an older release, so he probably use a denser plastic. But hey, I don't know. The body is nicely done with that Geiger-like design. Geiger's great. His art is amazing. Onto the back, you can see a nice spinal ridge, which I should have showed off before. And it does continue all the way down here, but obviously when you rotate the waist, it's going to break it up. We've got the nice tail here, ending in a very sharp blade. Let me just focus that. The feet and legs are quite different from the Isolation version, the Alien Isolation Xenomorph, which is what I did own prior to this. I still have him, but he's bust. I need to repair him. So the legs were the same up to this point, and then this part is new for the Big Chap. Well, Big Chap came first, so as you can see, he has the feet, which have quite a nice heel piece on them. I do like that. And then the toes, which were previously mentioned, as you can see. He does have peg holes on the base of his toes. Does have some copyright there, which does read Neca 2013, made in China. And the hands and arms. The arms have these great little membrane thingamabobs where the biceps and triceps are. He has one on the forearm. And his hands are countless reused hands. Although this was the first time they debuted with this articulation. Accessory-wise, he comes with nothing, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, they are probably going to release an ultimate version of this guy with the new body that first debuted with the Kenner bubblegum ice cream alien, as I call it, because that thing literally looks like bubblegum ice cream. It's quite funny, really. I'm going to pick that guy up, just, you know, just for the novelty of it, because I do like the Kenner one. It'll be pretty cool to compare the two body types of this guy and that. I might even pick up the original release of this guy with the much less much more limited articulation. That's it. For articulation, he has a ball joint at the head along with a slider. So the slider does that, and then the ball joint gets you the rest of the motion, which can tilt, rotate. If the back piece is removed, you can get the head up decently far. It's not that great, really, but it's better than nothing. The shoulders will rotate on a joint, a pin socket joint with a hinge that goes out to the side. Now, mine didn't suffer from this, but this was a pre-owned figure. Originally, the shoulder joints on most of the Neca Alien bodies would not come out that well. So, but the fact that this guy's got his nice and fluid, it's pretty relieving to see. Bicep swivel, which is a cut joint. The elbows, and this is a weird one because the new Kenner one has double hinges, but this guy has a single hinge which rotates not only at the elbow, but at the forearm as well. A little pointless, but it's just the way it's constructed. The hands can rotate as well as hinge up and down, and my camera's not focused. The mid-torso is a double ball peg, which is very, very stiff. It's loosening up now that I'm messing around with it, but, well, manipulating it, but, you know, originally I wasn't getting any motion, and then I realised I just move it back, and then it started working. And so I got that crab walk pose in the beginning, which was a deleted scene from the original movie. So, there we go. The hips can move forwards and backwards on that great Neca joint. They can go out to the side. There's a good look at the hinges. Rotate at the upper leg, which is a little stiff. There we go, now it's moving better. Double joint at the knee. Ball joint at the foot. Now, this ball joint is interesting because it's got a nice amount of pivot. It rotates well like every ball peg. It goes up nicely, but it doesn't go back very far, which is weird. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to have him, like, doing really weird poses. But, you know, it just strikes me a bit odd. The toe can hinge, and I will say, that's pretty cool. And the tail is on a bendy wire. A very, very nice bendy wire. This is the best bendy wire I've had on this body type yet. Most of them don't have as good bendy wire. It does coil all the way around. Overall, this figure is amazing. Yeah, the fact that he didn't come with the accessories and the fact that his, you know, sides of his jaw aren't painted is it's a little gripe. It is a little gripe. But it really doesn't matter. Now, this is technically the third time I have owned this body type. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, we've never seen you review it before. Well, I have reviewed them both, I think. I've reviewed one of them definitely. The other one I'm not sure. The first one I had was the Alien Isolation Xenomorph, which is basically exactly the same as this guy, but the tail was longer and he had different lower legs. The second version was the concept version of this guy, based on his original suit variation, which was clear and cream material. The suit was brittle and constantly ripped to shreds, which is why they changed out for black. So the figure based on that original suit is a concept version, and it's a pretty cool figure. I'm tempted to remove the dome off it though. My only problem with that figure is the ball peg at the foot was exceptionally brittle, and the socket it is on actually, well, I think on the other foot the socket actually cracked. But that's my fault. I put it in the freezer to try and stiffen it, and then moved it before it had warmed up and it basically cracked. Other than that, you know, this guy is pretty much new to me in a way, because it's nice to see all of the detail when it's been properly painted to look like the classic Alien. And it is a great, great figure. The only problem is finding one. I mean, I was lucky to get one. I couldn't get it mints, which probably would have been more expensive to do so. I mean, not that it mattered with this guy, because he didn't come with anything. So getting a mint one would have just been better to get the packaging. And not that I keep it in the packaging, but I'm keeping the boxes for these. I mean, I've got the box for my Terminator. Hell, I still have the box for my Kaiju. I'm keeping the boxes now, because I like the window boxes. They're cool. But yeah, other than that, this guy, if you can get one loose for a decent price, it's not broken or anything, I'd say get him. Just be very wary. If any of them say that they are being shipped from Hong Kong or China, as in the seller is from there, do not buy them, because they are knockoffs. I know this from experience. Not that I've bought any, but all knockoffs are made in China and then shipped around to different countries, because China has very different laws on copyright, which I do not agree with at all. And I wish these things, to be honest, were made in the US. But that's not really the purpose of this video. The purpose of the video is for review. And at the end of the day, he is a great, great figure. And I highly hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next video, where we will be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Battle Alien from Alien vs Predator. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.